Aloha everyone, Victoria here. I hope you're having a fantastic day as we get ready to move into the weekend. I wanted to come on and do a reading, and I brought this book with me. It's called A Guide for the Advanced Soul, and I've had this book for many years. I think I got it when I was like 14 or 15. And I've kept it ever since. And I decided to pull a saying today. Okay, it's called A Book of Insight. So mine was like, well, what do you do when you have no inspiration? And the page that I turned to said, it's kind of the opposite, but yet at the same time it fits perfectly. It says, when you are inspired by some great purpose, some extraordinary project, all your thoughts break their bonds. Your mind transcends limitations. Your consciousness expands in every direction, and you find yourself in a new, great, and wonderful world. Dormant forces, faculties, and talents become alive, and you discover yourself to be a greater person by far than you ever dreamed yourself to be. So, I guess that being said, my question was like, what do you do when you don't have any inspiration? And it could be for anything. It could be like, I could not have inspiration to come on and do a reading, or not have inspiration, to go to work, or not even have maybe inspiration to do something fun, like paint, or like something's like stuck, in your craw, something's got your goat, as they say. So, I guess it's just kind of getting past that first hump, and then going for what you are inspired by. And this morning I've been doing some painting, and I was like, I really want to come online and do a reading. So I've been wanting to do one each week. So I had a day off. I've been working a lot, but then I had a day off today. I was like, okay, I'm going to paint, and I'm going to do some chores, and I'm going to come online, and I'm going to do a reading. But it felt very orderly, but sometimes I have to be orderly, or we have to be orderly with ourselves in order to actually get stuff done like that, like a reading, rather than be like, well, if I feel it, I'll do it. I mean, that's good too, but sometimes you just have to be like, I'm just going to do it, whether I feel it or not. Okay. And then a lot of times you move past that hump, like what I was saying before. Okay. So on to the reading. So, I am using the Osho Zen Tarot deck. Here's the card right here. I haven't used this deck in almost a year or more. We were in transition and moving for a while, and I had it packed away, and I just hadn't pulled it out. It's been on my shelf now. So, I love this deck because it's so peaceful, but at the same time clear. The first card that we have is Master. Right here, the Master. And in different traditions, this could be seen as like the Master, the inner priest or priestess, the higher self, the Master within, the mighty Master within, the Ascended Master, that self of you, that self part of you that has mastered the outer world. So it also could be seen like as that Christ consciousness state. You're not being ruled by the world, but you're being ruled, governed by the higher presence, your greater presence, that spirit of life that is here to bring forth that divine essence and spark of life that you are, that the personality and the ego a lot of time covers up, and you don't see it, you don't feel it as much. One way to get back to that is to remember those things you're inspired by. Remember those things that bring light into your life. Remember those things where you feel like you shine and you bring forth new life to your life and to the lives around you, whatever that may be, in a positive way, So I'm going to read a little bit of that Master card. It says, The master in Zen is not a master over others, but a master of himself. His every gesture and his every word reflect his enlightened state. He has no private goals, no desires that anything should be other than the way it is. His disciples gather around him not to follow him, but to soak up his presence and be inspired by his example. In his eyes they find their own truth reflected, and in his silence they fall more easily into the silence of their own beings. The Master welcomes the disciples not because he wants to lead them, but because he has so much to share. Together, they create an energy field that supports each unique individual in finding his or her own light. If you can find such a master, you are blessed. If you cannot, keep searching. Learn from the teachers and the would-be masters and move on. Charavati said, Gautam Buddha, keep on moving. So, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Finding that master within, that unified presence, that guiding light. Moving from that card to the next card is conditioning. And as you can see, this is a lion, and it has a bunch of sheep around it. Okay? This card is kind of interesting. It tells a story about a lion who was raised by sheep, and it thought itself a sheep all its life. And then one day, I think it was, what did it say, a shepherd or... Yeah, a shepherd came by, and... Oh, no, not a shepherd. Another lion came by and then took that lion and took it to a pond and showed it its reflection. It's like, look who you really are. You're not a sheep. You're a lion, you know? And a lot of times, so this card is relating to is finding your unique, powerful presence and not trying to fit in with a group or not trying to subdue your essence of who you are, but allowing yourself to shine in your beautifulness and shine in your greatness and just be yourself, be your unique self, because nobody else can be that self. And as you see in this card, the lion's like covered up by all those sheep and kind of hidden in a way. So it's moving out from the bushes, or this, I know I'm saying bushes because I feel like, oh, being hidden in the bushes, or being hidden amongst the crowd and moving forward into your own light and shining that way. I know you get the gist of it. So, and then the last card is flowering. Okay, and it's upside down though. So flowering is like a shining goddess of light, of abundance and fruition and everything good, shining her light on the world. And we all have this unique light that we shine, but it was upside down. So right now that's a symbol of you're holding that back. You're not shining your light. You're probably finding every excuse in the world to keep it back, or maybe you're being really critical of yourself or others, and it's easy to do sometimes, you know, it's really easy to do. And so it's reminding you to bring that focus within and appreciating what you have and appreciating yourself and how you shine in the world, and allowing your light to flourish and allowing yourself to move forward in grace and ease, and looking at those beautiful things in your life that are working, that are happening, that are flourishing. Okay? Let's see, maybe I'll read something. It's called The Queen of Rainbows is like a fantastic plant that has reached the apex of its flowering and all its colors. She is very sensual, very alive, and full of possibilities. She snaps her fingers to the music of love. Her sleeves and her garments contain an abundance of seeds. As the wind blows, the seeds will be scattered to take root where they may. She is not concerned whether they She is not concerned whether they land on soil or the rocks. She is spreading them everywhere, just in sheer celebration of life and love. So that's part of it, just shining your light and your essence, no matter what. It doesn't matter what other people think or what they're doing or whether they're even listening or doing anything. Just being yourself. So that's pretty much this whole reading. So you have the inner master within. You have being hidden in a crowd and not shining your light. And then you have flowering. There's all this abundance and light there for you, in you, right? Waiting for you to just let it shine outward. So take advantage of that. And I urge you, we just had the new moon. You see the moon behind her. This is a full moon, but new moons are the perfect time to write out your intentions, write out what you want to bring into your life in this 30 days, and then write where you want to be in 3 months, and 6 months, and 9 months, and a year, and take those steps to move forward to that. And as each cycle comes to its fruition, you can check off those things that you've accomplished, and you can feel that sense of completion and satisfaction as you accomplish your goals and dreams in life. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to go ahead and head out. I'm going to go do a couple mundane things, right, in the world, but still going to shine, right? Alright, I wish you a beautiful day and weekend, and much love and aloha, and I'll see you later.